Welcome to sparklebritts, where we put misconduct on display, explore police and legal content, protect rights, and demand accountability. This episode is brought.
Yeah, you might be able to. That doesn't give you reason to conduct hostile reconnaissance of it, does it?
It's not hostile reconnaissance,
Well,
mate. Don't talk nonsense, man.
I can't confirm that because I've
Rubbish,
asked you for your details to do some checks and you refuse to give us any details.
I ain't giving you details.
Exactly. So how do I then prove that you're not here for a terrorist purpose without searching to make sure you've not got anything terrorist related on you at the minute?
Began by explaining that he was filming in the public interest to document interactions between police and citizens and how taxpayer money was being spent. The police argued that filming in areas close to important locations could be considered hostile reconnaissance and requested an investigation. The cameraman objected strongly, claiming that filming in public places was not a crime. He also stressed that the reasons given for the investigation were not convincing. The debate became heated when the cameraman criticized the police for using unreasonable force and mentioned that Section 44 of the Terrorism Act had been struck down by the European Court of Human Rights for abuse. He appreciated that the officers did not use force or use threatening behavior. To watch the whole clip and please support this auditor by subscribing to his channel. The link is in the description.
You can see.
What's the purpose of that, if you don't mind me asking?
Just matters of public interest.
Oh, what public interest?
The public are interested.
In what?
You lot have got some mad gear on, man. You're making me feel a bit nervous.
Don't be nervous.
You got a gun, yeah?
Yeah. Don't be nervous. We're from the Met Special Crimes Command.
Okay.
What's your interest in this building? Obviously, you're filming quite an iconic public site.
Yeah. Now, obviously, like I said, the public are interested. People want to know how their tax money is being spent, interactions with police.
So how does filming this wall gonna...
You'll be surprised, man. A lot of people watch it. A lot of people are interested. So
have you any ID on you by any chance?
I don't have any ID, no.
Are you known to police?
No, I'm not known, man.
You've never been arrested?
Never. No, I've been arrested. I've never been charged.
Okay. We'll do a quick check on you to make sure everything's all legit.
I'm not going to give any details.
Why is that?
I don't need to. I haven't committed a crime.
Well, you're right.
You're saying as if like it's like my obligation to give my details.
No, I've not said that at all. You haven't
Did you identify yourself?
Obviously, what you're doing is quite suspicious, isn't it?
Well, I've explained it, to be fair. Did you identify yourself?
I'm PC Campbell. I said that already.
Campbell, right. Thank you, sir. And you, miss?
PC Martin.
Martin, okay.
Just to satisfy ourselves that you're here for a legitimate cause, you are going to be detained for the purpose of a search under the Terrorism Act.
I'm going to be detained for a search?
Under the Terrorism Act.
I'm
PC Campbell from the Met Special
Right, you can search me. Can I just keep this rolling?
You can, but you can't prop the search, or I can prop it somewhere you want. You can put it down there.
Can I put it down?
Yeah, you can
if you want.
There's no need to search me under Terrorist Act, you know.
Well, like I say, you're not being very... No, but you need to have quite a basic ground. You have ground. You're filming our ground. You're filming our public site. You're not giving us any information. You're not giving us any information on the film that you're not with. The only way that we can satisfy something that you're not here for a criminal purpose. I know you're saying that you can't so much. Oh, I told you. Listen, I'm PC Campbell. It's up to me if I let the gloves on. I put a mask on this. I respect my time. You don't know what grounds, by the way. I told you my grounds already. I'm
not committing an offence.
I'm going to confirm that. For that purpose.
Come on, man. What you just done was unlawful. What you just
done
was illegal.
I've told you
not got grounds, mate.
If you want a copy of the
photography,
is not.
I want a copy of the search.
Well,
you didn't say. What were you expecting to find then? What were you expecting to find?
Evidence that suggests that you're here for a terrorist purpose.
No, what specific item?
Any evidence that suggests that you're here for a terrorist purpose.
You didn't tell me that. You just went ahead and done it.
Are you happy with
Nah, that's not cool, bro. That's not cool, man. Alright, that's not cool, you know. No, that's not cool. No. Can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. All you've just done is unlawful. You can't do that. You've let them get on with it, so you're culpable as well. You can't do that.
Right, as I explained, you're filming this site and you can't
I don't
justify
care.
why you're filming.
I don't care. I've told you why I'm filming. I've told you why I'm filming. Could you hold that one second? I'm just going to put my jacket
Put it on the floor, mate. Just put it where you are.
No, that's not cool, you know. You can't do that. I'm just going to zip my jacket up.
Yeah, just put it on the floor. I'm stood here.
You don't wear gloves. Can't be doing that.
So we are filming everything as well.
You don't have grounds. You didn't have grounds to just do that. You didn't have grounds to do that. Public photography isn't a crime.
As I explained though, as you were filming...
So what are the grounds then? What are the grounds?
I believe explained it to you. You've got
What?
it on your camera.
Filming outside? No. That's not grounds. That's not grounds. Grounds are based on objective facts. Section 43 of the Terrorist Act 2000, yeah? Section 44 was repealed by the European Court of Human Rights because you lot were doing this, and now you're using Section 43. I know you didn't. I was just saying Section 44 was repelled for this reason. For stopping photographers and that. Yeah, what you done is not cool. I'm sure you're a good guy in that, but this wasn't cool.
It was stopped because people were using it for search people with no
grounds.
Listen,
we had a conversation and I told you, you don't have grounds, mate.
We do have grounds.
You don't have grounds, mate.
You've not given us a reason.
You don't have grounds, mate.
you might have given us a reason, but it's not a satisfactory reason, is it? You've told us that you're here to film public interest. You're filming a wall, which is a secure gate into the House of Parliament.
But I can see it from Google Maps, mate.
Yeah, you might be able to. That doesn't give you reason to conduct hostile reconnaissance of it, does it?
It's not hostile reconnaissance,
Well,
mate. Don't talk nonsense, man.
I can't confirm that because I've
rubbish,
asked you for your details to do some checks and you refuse to give us any details.
I ain't giving you
So,
details.
exactly. So how do I then prove that you're not here for a terrorist purpose without searching to make sure you've not got anything terrorist related on you at the minute? Answer me that question.
Because filming in public isn't grounds.
Well, you're not filming in public, are you?
I am filming in public. This is a public footpath.
You're not filming the footpath for me, Paul. You're filming into that gate, which is a protected premises of the House of Parliament. So how do I confirm that you're not here for a terrorist purpose?
I've got my rights.
You might have your rights, so they haven't been violated. So
They have been violated. That was
everything
unlawful
that we've done
search because filming
Well,
isn't
it
grounds.
wasn't. I've told you a number of times why.
Filming isn't grounds.
I've told you a number of
Filming
times why
isn't
it's not
grounds. Filming isn't grounds.
unlawful.
Filming from
You can say
public
that
isn't
all
grounds.
you like,
Bro,
but
I can
if
see
you're-
it. All this, I can see it on Google Maps.
Yeah, no, and
I can see it from
I didn't
Google
confirm
Maps.
that you're not here to conduct hostile reconnaissance.
I'm not doing a hostile reconnaissance.
How do I know that?
We're talking on a normal
How
one.
do
You
I
ain't
know
been
that
rude.
without
I ain't
checking?
been rude.
How do I know that?
Because you know, man. Deep
How
down,
do
you
I
know
know?
I'm not a terrorist. You know.
How do I know that you're not a
You didn't even
terrorist?
put me in cuffs, bro.
I didn't need to. If I put you in cuffs, I guarantee you would have complained about that as well.
Yeah, I would have
If you,
complained.
if you presented a threat to me, I
Like I said, I
would
ain't got an
have
issue
put you on the floor, but you didn't present a threat to me, did you? So I don't need to use that level of force against
Yeah, because
you.
you knew I wasn't a terrorist.
I didn't know you weren't a terrorist until I
Then
searched
what, you should have put me on.
confirm
I hope you would put a terrorist on the floor,
that.
man.
But if you were a terrorist,
If you genuinely believe that I was a terrorist.
terrorism, I would have put you on the floor.
No, but you searched me under a terrorist legislation.
Because I believe that you were conducting hostile reconnaissance to the House of Parliament.
Okay, House of the Parliament. I thought that was Scotland Yard.
This isn't Scotland Yard.
Nah.
Nope.
Okay.
Scotland Yard is very clearly signposted. It's a bit further down the road.
I thought that's New Scotland Yard, literally right there.
You were filming into that gate, weren't you? That's not
Either way, man.
That's not Scotland Yard. This is what I'm saying to you.
I'm still in public though. I can film all this stuff. What about the tourists and that taking
Listen,
photos of London Eye?
you can
Are they
film-
going to attack? What about them people taking photos of
Listen,
London Eye?
you can film it all you like, but all I'm saying is don't be surprised if you get police attention because you suspect that you're conducting hostile reconnaissance.
Yeah, but you didn't have to search me, man. You
Of
didn't
course I
have to
search
detain
you.
me in that.
How do I confirm otherwise that you're not conducting
Because
hostile
you spoke
reconnaissance?
to me and I gave a reasonable explanation.
And how do I confirm that without you giving me information for me to check on our system to suggest that you're not, wanted or known to
I'm not
terror?
wanted, I'm
Yeah,
not
but you
known
can
for
tell me that, but people lie to me all the time, don't they?
You can use your judgment, man. I feel like you know that I'm not a threat, really.
I don't know you. I've never met you before. So you can use your
Despite
judgment.
that, you still didn't put me in cuffs.
So-
Fair play. Despite that, you didn't put me in
I
cuffs.
didn't need to put you in cuffs. If I needed to put you in cuffs, I would have put you in cuffs. Do you want
I don't doubt that, man.
Do you want a copy of your search slip?
Yes, please.
Stand by.
What are you lot, firearm squad? Have you let off one of them before?
Not at a person.
Not that person. You're not going to start today, nah?
No. not
All right,
really,
good.
No. Ideally not. We don't go out of that aim. It's that
No, no. I'm just messing. So were you called out here or were you just passing by?
No, we got caught. We were.
You were, what, and they told armed response to come out.
We were around the corner, so we've come to it. Like you said, you
Is that bulletproof, that? Is that bulletproof?
don't know much about cars.
Fair enough.
No, it's just because obviously our colleagues behind the gate, so it's easier for us to come and deal with you and speak to you when.
Yeah. Again, like that wasn't all needed. Like
I appreciate
it was
that, but it's
inappropriate.
What's interesting to film, and the fact that you can't tell us
The public interest of the you've been like, you haven't used force, you haven't tried to bully me or nothing, so I do appreciate that.
We've been alright.
when you
We've been alright for the whole entire search, I suggest.
Who, you or me?
Both of us.
Yeah,
You've tried to be a bit difficult,
Come on.
but our job is to know our powers.
Yeah, all right.
What's your surname?
So do I have to give my name to get the I'll give you a name. It won't be my actual details.
You're not gonna give us your real name.
Nah.
Okay.
Just put it down as Kolee, Kolee.
Is that your surname or your
No,
first name?
that's not my real name. That's just the nickname.
So what do you want? What do you want to give me as your full surname?
Lee, Lee.
And your full first name?
Ko, Ko.
Date of birth.
0906 97. I'm just gonna cut this.
What grounds are you using for money laundering?
You just anyone over £1,000 you can have, because if
Yeah,
you haven't
but
got a
you got
valid
to-
reason to have it, you
got to
don't
have-
work, you've got £1,000.
You don't have to
So
have a
what we'll do
reason
is,
to hold money.
well, we can seize it and we can investigate why you've got £1,000
Yeah, you can
cash,
look before
and then
me
you
as
can,
well.
yeah, and you can, if you can prove it, you just get it back.
Yeah, yeah.
But you're obviously, it's an investigation. We'll have to get into use a process.
What are you investigating?
Why you've got £1,000?
There's no law against saying you can't have £1,000.
Well, if
Officers discuss seizing money over £1,000 can be seized if there is no valid reason for possession, even without direct evidence of a crime. officers emphasize that investigations will determine the legitimacy of the money, and individuals can reclaim it by proving its lawful origin. There is a disagreement about whether a crime must be proven for money to be seized. The conversation concludes with plans for a drug search, with assurances that procedures are documented on camera. Watch the whole clip and please support this auditor by subscribing to his channel. The link is in the description.
It's all on camera, okay?
Alright.
How much is there?
170.
Pardon?
You're not having it back yet because there's cash in the car. There's over £1,000 to be seized.
Yeah, no, it's mine. She's near for.
Yeah, over £1,000 you can seize it. About money laundering, anything over £1,000.
Money laundering?
But if you can prove that it's yours, whatever, it's no problem.
Does it, yeah?
But he's just going to check.
So what grounds are you using for money laundering?
You just anyone over £1,000 you can have, because if
Yeah,
you haven't
but
got a
you've got
valid
to-
reason to have it, you
got to
don't
have-
work, you've got £1,000.
You don't have to
So
have a
what we'll do
reason
is,
to owe money.
well, we can seize it and we can investigate why you've got £1,000
Yeah, you can
cash,
look before
and then
police
you can,
will.
yeah, and you can, if you can prove it, you just get it back.
Yeah, no.
But you're obviously, it's an investigation. We'll have to get interviews about it.
What are you investigating?
Why you've got £1,000?
There's no law against saying you can have £1,000.
Well,
You've
if
got to have a reason to investigate
yeah, well,
it.
we believe that you £1,000 that
What
you
do
got.
you believe?
I believe that it's linked to drugs myself.
Oh, do you? Well,
Yeah.
what grounds have you got to believe that?
Well, that's what we'll investigate, won't it? We're going to take you down and
Have
get
you got any drugs? Have you found any drugs? Have you
over
got
£1,000. If you've got over £1,000 in your
Yeah,
car, we
yeah.
can seize that under
If
money
I
laundering.
have drugs on me,
And no, you can seize any of that. That's
You
something different.
can't.
No, that's a proceeds of crime act. That's different. That's a proceeds
Yeah,
of crime.
do you understand what an act is?
So if you but if you had drugs on you now, the money would be seized as part of the drug dealing
Yeah, but
proceeds
there's
of
no
crime.
drugs,
This is
so
money.
you've got
Yeah,
no
no,
excuse,
this is
you've
money
got no
laundering.
grounds.
No,
You've
we
got to
can't
have
seize it
reasonable
for you to
grounds.
prove why you've got £1,000.
I don't have to prove anything. You have to prove
no,
that
you
I've done
don't.
something wrong. You
No, you
do.
don't.
Innocent shall prove
Okay,
innocent.
we'll take it,
shall
and then
prove
you can
innocent.
you can discuss all that later, can't we?
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
give you your Form A's. Don't worry about it. We'll all get investigated. That's if you've got over £1,000. You might not even have over £1,000. That's why we can't seize it.
It's
now.
roughly about £1,000.
Well, we'll find out now, won't we? How much?
875.
There you go, it's not over £1,000. But if it's over £1,000,
I don't know
you
the
could-
law. I study law. You know,
Oh yeah,
8
yeah. Well,
years,
you'll know then over £1,000 you can
qualified,
seize it. You know that then, don't you?
Yeah, I know that.
So
Yeah.
we can seize it, and then
Yeah, you have to
no,
to
we
have
can't.
reasonable
No, we don't.
grounds
We
to
can
seize
seize
it. Yeah, if you
£1,000.
find drugs, right,
We don't-
or
no,
anything
it's not
connected
drugs.
with
You don't have
crime.
to- no, you don't have
Listen,
to,
it's
you
got
don't
to
have
be a
to.
crime.
You don't have to.
Listen,
You
I'm
don't
not
have
arguing
to.
with you. Go
We're
on, you
on
carry
film.
on.
You
Carry
don't
on,
know
yeah.
the law.
Oh,
You
I
don't
do.
have to
Oh, I
have. You don't
do.
have to have drugs on your money seized. You don't have to be involved in a crime.
You do.
No, you
You
don't.
can't
No,
seize
you
any-
don't. You don't know the law. You don't know the law.
You
Go
don't
home.
like say the
You
Bill of
don't.
Rights.
Go home.
No more-
Go
no more
home and
questions.
study
No
the
more
law,
questions.
because I'm saying that
I've
on
been
on
studying
camera.
law for
You
8
do
years.
not know the law.
Yeah, well,
you don't have
go
to
look
have
it up
drugs.
and you'll find
You
yourself
don't.
incorrect.
No, you were incorrect and you look very silly. I hope you show all your friends. I hope you post it on Facebook
So
and also
stop
everyone
waving your
can
arms
say.
about. You might catch me in the eye.
I'm not going to catch you in the eye.
You're swinging
But
your
what
arms
I'm saying
around.
is,
You're
you
acting
don't
like
know
a
the law.
crazy lady.
So when you go
You're
home,
acting like
when
a
you go
crazy
home,
lady.
you
You're
research the
acting
law.
like a crazy lady.
You don't know the law.
You don't
do
know
not
the law. You
law.
haven't got a
No.
clue what you're enforcing.
I've been in
You
a job
haven't got a
17
clue.
years. You haven't
Yeah,
got a clue,
you're
mate.
enforcing.
Thank you for watching. Police using vague justifications to stop, question, or detain people without cause is a growing concern. Simply being in public is not a crime, and officers cannot demand compliance without legal justification. Whether it's intimidation tactics, unlawful demands for ID, or escalating situations without